What are we looking at? Now, you do something for 21 days consistently.
Okay.
You do something for 21 days constantly, and then now it becomes your habit. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't think of brushing your teeth again because you've done this thing over and over during your childhood.
Yeah.
That's the reason why your parents will begin to beat you when you do not brush your teeth. When you are not bathing, they beat you because they want you to maintain that habit of cleanliness and well-being. You understand? So for somebody to inculcate the habit of saving, it means that the person have to start the practice of 1 CD a day, 10 CD a day, 20 CD a day, or let's put it weekly, let's put it monthly, let's put it quarterly, semi-annually, or annually.
Yeah.
Never take a debt for expenditure like vacation.
You go and enjoy it.
You go and enjoy. You are taking a debt for Dubai, like you went for a loan for Dubai. No, don't do that. As a young guy, don't do that. You took a loan for your side chick. Don't do that. You took a loan for wedding.
You know, people can do crazy things.
They never took a loan for their parents too.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Hey,
wow.
This world no balance.
Before you become an expert, okay, you would have gone through certain phases.
Yeah.
You would have gone through certain phases. I've been scammed multiple times. I've been scammed multiple times, yeah.
Seriously.
I won't lie to you. I've been scammed multiple times because, you know, as a young youth, I always like to take a bit of risk.
Okay.
That makes.
That's why you have become a risk
Yes.
management expert.
I'm telling you, I love to take a calculated risk.
Okay. Yeah, welcome back to this channel once again, Voices and Vibe podcast. On this conversation today is going to be very educative and very impactful. Our guest today is Mr. Abraham Aborhey, a distinguished member of the Chartered Accountants Ghana, and then also a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors Ghana. He currently serves as an assistant internal auditor at Ho Technical University. Aside that, he is also a financial consultant and enterprise risk management expert or specialist. My name is Van Dijk Ames, your host. You are welcome.
Thank you so much for having me on today's show.
Yes, so I just like the tone of your voice.
It means that at the end of today's show, you are going to also give me your shirt, right?
Yes.
I have to rep the Voices and Vibes podcast shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get yours.
Sure. Thank
you.
Yes.
Okay. So we've been planning this session for quite a long time, and today God has given us the weather and then the time for us to take this conversation to a different level altogether. It is an honor than me, and I want to believe that you are going to give us your all today. All right. So, who is Abraham?
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I'd like to use this privilege to also welcome your viewers and listeners for today's podcast. Like you rightly said, Abraham is a distinguished member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, and also a member of the Institute of Internal Auditors Global, and then Ghana as well.
Wow, there's a global.
Yeah, we are global.
Yeah.
IIA, Institute of Internal Auditors is global first before they have a Ghana chapter.
Okay.
So you have to be a member. If you're a member of the global, likewise it happens, you're going to be a member of your local chapter as well.
Okay.
So aside that, I also juggle between mentoring and then coaching financial leaders, and then give quite a good expertise around areas in enterprise risk management, i.e. we are looking at business continuity and then disaster recovery plans, building business models that could last the test of time. So I do pretty Pretty cool.
In fact, you are whetting my appetite. You are whetting my appetite. Yeah. So you watching us, it means that kindly take a jotter and a pen and make sure that you record some of the things we're going to discuss today. It will go a long way to help you. If you are new on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, share to your friends and families, and I want to believe that you will also be part of the family. Thank you. Okay, so how did it all start?
Okay, so career, I would say I had opportunity to meet mentors in the internal auditing space, external auditing space. I began my national service from the Ghana Audit Service, where I did 1 year with the police branch at the police headquarters. I remember my time over there was when they brought in Dampare. Dampare was fresh in then. When he came, his office was just quite opposite our office. So I quite remember him so much. And then he used to just flash in our office to say hello, hi to the auditors over there. That was external audit over there. So right from there, I had the opportunity to meet a good mentor in the internal auditing space, Mr. Senanu Mensah, who held my hands, showed me the way. He taught me how to fish, so I can survive a lot of time. That's what Sarkodie said, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to teach a man how to fish.
You have to fish, exactly.
So he can survive a lot of time. Yeah. And right from there, I put my feet on the ground. I had to learn the job quickly.
Okay.
I studied the job. I became, I won't say a master of my own, but a legend of my own, i.e. reading so much, investing so much time and money into internal auditing. If I say time and money, I mean going to work, meeting a lot of people who have practiced internal auditing for quite a long time, and then reading so much books, buying books online to know the principles, the policies and practices of internal auditing. So I've invested so much in the space as well. I don't say so much because there's nothing like so much. How much is so much? Yeah. But I've invested some quite of resources in internal auditing. So basically, this is how the whole chapter in space came in.
Okay.
Then I had the opportunity to currently work with Whole Technical University. So I'm an assistant internal auditor over there. So
I be big man, pal.
I beg. I don't be big man. I'll be Barada boy. That's what we used to say. I'll be Barada boy.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So I want to believe you've had your share of senior secondary education in Ghana or outside Ghana.
No. I mean, it would have been a privilege if I had it outside Ghana. So outside would have been college or high school, right?
Yeah.
But in Ghana, yeah, we did SHS, so Swedo Senior High, one of the best schools in Ghana. Yeah, shout outs to PACA.
Pressure.
Yeah. Sempekum optimist. Yeah.
All right, guys. This is how we want to kickstart, deep dive into the conversation tonight, and I want to really grasp everything today. So I'm going to take my time and then we digest it together. Now, someone watching may be asking, what is financial planning?
Okay, so when we are talking about financial planning, I want to create a leading foundation so that we could all follow the conversation from this chapter.
That's fine.
So when we talk about financial planning, we are looking at aligning your ISSDRs to your strategic goals over a period of time. When I talk about ISSDR, I'm looking at your income, your savings, your spending, your debts, and then your risk. So basically, these are the things I'm talking about. So first, you realize that you have to align your income. Whatever you are receiving, okay, financial management is talking about aligning how much you receive as income,
okay,
towards your savings, towards your spending, towards your debt and risk management. it is likened to say that financial management, basically, on a layman's perspective, we are saying that it is like having a car, okay? It's like having a vehicle, and then you have a good GPS in the car, you understand? So it is going to lead you to your right destination. Hitherto, if you don't have, we were not having those kind of GPS locations in the cars, but then it is an eye-opener to know that these things have come into play. What am I trying to say? Knowledge has come in a form of financial management so that we can take a very good hold of it so that we can get to our right destination wherever we want to see ourselves from now. So basically, that is financial plan.
In fact, I'm beginning to like what we are talking about today. Myself, anything finance is a no for me. Yes, because back in the uni, as an IT person, we were to undertake one of the courses in financial accounting, and it didn't go well with me. I had a C plus. I had a C plus. I was hoping to get an A.
Oh, but you did well.
Really?
Yeah.
C plus?
Yeah, somebody who hasn't practiced anything financial accounting and you get C plus, it's a good starter.
Wow.
It's a good starter.
Okay. Then I will not hide my face.
Oh, not at all, not at all. You can be a chartered accountant from here, yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Chartered what?
Yeah, chartered accountant.
What goes into it?
A lot of planning, preparation, and then dedication.
That is why we are talking about planning today. All right. So, can financial planning be done informally?
Of course.
Does it always require professional help, or let me put it that way?
So for financial planning, if you have to plan, you would do it either formally or informally.
Okay.
But the best could be a hybrid, or let me say even seeking a professional expertise. So with the informal planning, that is what we normally do by having your jota, or even what our parents used to do.
Okay.
So before my mom would spend her money, she would have planned for my school fees. She would have planned for my brother's fees. She knew that she had to cater for this kind of expenses for the month. You understand? It wasn't professional. She didn't seek any expert advice. However, looking at the 21st century where we are headed towards, we have to seek expert advice, because your one CD could mean a lot when it comes to investing, savings, and then budgeting. You understand?
Yeah.
So having a little income, you would want to do the right things with it rather than taking a risk of blowing it off. You understand? So I would say that you could do it informally, you could do it formally. That is professionally. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I want to, my next question, I want to take it from this angle. No, when we were young, okay, anytime we receive visitors and they are living, sometimes they give you some small coins. I hope you get a picture. They give you some small coins.
Yeah.
And then what happened is that most of the time, our mothers especially, they have some small money box somewhere, and they will collect the money from you and put it in the box. Now, I want to believe that is savings. Okay. Now, anytime we are about to resume school, then they now break the box, and then whatever is in there, they now take it and then add it to what they have, and then use it to pay our fees. Is that part of financial planning?
Of course. So like I said, when you look at financial, the whole finance space, when it comes to financial management and then financial planning, there are two different perspectives to it. So for financial management, that is, let me say, the universal set. Okay. It encapsulates financial planning. So for financial planning, you are looking at budgeting, you are looking at how to draw a budget, how to do your savings, how to make sure that you've gotten or you've ticked the boxes. I would liken financial planning to I began by saying that when you have a good car with a good GPS, good,
yes.
and you are driving, you have to drive to a good location, right?
Yeah.
So that is financial management. Now, with financial planning, the financial planning will be the road signs on the road.
Wow.
It means that you have where you need to curve, you understand? You have 50, the speed telling you 50. So it means that when you have financial planning accurate enough, you can financially manage yourself.
Okay.
That is, we are looking at getting the road signs correct. So budgeting is getting the road signs correct. Saving is getting the road signs correct. You understand?
Yeah.
But once you skip these things, once you skip the budgeting, you don't budget. You become spendthrift. You now spend out of your pocket. You understand? So it is part of it. When our uncles and aunties visit us, our mom or dad will take the monies from us and tell us that, hey, you already even owe me, sir. They tell you that you already owe. So they gave you 50 CDs. You owe me 20 CDs already. So you left 30 CD in your susu box, the piggy bank. So that is the financial planning. It is making sure that you hit the goal, or our parents hit the goal, which is the financial management, which is the goal they've set for us to complete our school.
Okay.
So that is the goal they set, that at age 14, you complete your basic level. That is your JHS. How do you complete it? You have to plan. They have to make sure that you are saving. They have to make sure that they budget for the month, so that they don't miss the signs on the road in order for them to end in a ditch. So basically, this is how we have to get the picture. Financial management being the bigger environment or the universal set, and then financial planning fitting into the universal set as a subset.
Okay, so in your submission, I kept hearing budgeting. You have to budget. What goes into the budget?
So when we talk about budgeting, we are looking at creating certain timelines, or let me say, matching your expenditures to income in order for you to get some. I'm putting in a layman's perspective.
Okay.
In order for you to get a breather, to get a breathing space, i.e., you know that these are the expenses you have for the month. So if I have an income, let's hypothetically create an income of 1,000 cedis.
Okay.
So if I'm earning 1,000 cedis, and then I have expenditure of, say, I have rent for a month, let's say I'm in a single room self-contained 300 cedis. I know that I have to state that 300 cedis is going into rent, 100 cedis is going into electricity, 50 cedis is going into water bills, 100 cedis is going into data and communication, because you have to budget for data. If not, you realize that a lot of time people are saying that, hey, I don't have money for data. No, the person didn't budget.
Yeah.
If the person had a good budget, the person would have had some space or breather for data and communication, airtimes, budget for airtime, data, budget for data. You understand? I know a lot of friends that used to buy the 399, which is still back NTN. Yeah. I'm not doing any free promo for them, but then I think that is the best for the middle income and then the high income earners. I would say that the low income earners should also subscribe to that, because it gives you a very good time to plan your data usage as well. But I mean, budgeting in a layman's perspective is what we've looked at. So get your expenditure in check, and then match your income against your expenditure, and then you know how well you are doing.
Okay. So, I've been monitoring the things you post online.
Sure.
And anytime it is the beginning of the month, or even before the month ends, or before salaries are paid, there is this particular test or post you always make, which says that salaries have been paid. Have you? I'm just paraphrasing. I'm trying to put it in a better sense.
Salaries are paid. Do you save before you spend? Or
exactly.
you spend before you
Exactly.
Yes.
I want to understand what you mean by
Let me give the phrase again. Salaries are paid. Do you save before you spend,
And
or you spend before you save?
save.
A lot of times we get it wrong by spending before saving.
Mhm.
The good habits for every young person who is working is for you to save first. Once you get your salary, the first thing that has to click in your mind is saving. Save first, and then you can now think of spending. Like I told you, if you have a very good budgeting template, you know that, hey, let me save this amount of money first. The rest I could put them into my expenditure and spendings. The rest I could do some giveaways or whatsoever.
Okay.
But some people, once the money hits into their account,
Wow.
then they start to spend. You realize that is when they know that, oh, they have to get a new shoe. They know that they have to get it. But then the question is, did they budget for these things? Did they take into account making space or room for these things? And then before you realize, 2 days after salary is being paid, the person is broke. What happened? So that is the bigger space you have to look at. Save first, then you can spend.
Save first, then you can spend. All right. So in fact, we are just starting. We have not gotten anywhere. But then I want to just say that in fact, from the little I've heard so far, my understanding of things are changing. Yeah. So I urged you earlier that you take a pen and a paper, and then you jot down things. Myself, whilst I'm here, I'm downloading so much from our guests. Okay. Now let's go to this dimension as well. You know, I made mention of a money box of something,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
That is saving, right?
Yeah.
How do we save? Okay. How do we cultivate that culture of saving to the extent that if we don't save, we will not feel so comfortable?
Very good. So savings is a habit. Savings is a habit. And once you want to inculcate that habit into your being, there's this saying that once you do certain things consistently,
Okay.
deliberately, you now it becomes a behavior, it becomes a habit, it becomes part of you. What are we looking at now? You do something for 21 days consistently.
Okay.
You do something for 21 days constantly, and then now it becomes your habit. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't think of brushing your teeth again because you've done this thing over and over during your childhood.
Yeah.
That's the reason why your parents will begin to beat you when you do not brush your teeth. When you are not bathing, they beat you because they want you to maintain that habit of cleanliness and well-being. You understand? So for somebody to inculcate the habit of saving, it means that the person have to start the practice of 1 CD a day, 10 CD a day, 20 CD a day, or let's put it weekly, let's put it monthly, let's put it quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. It is a habit.
Yeah.
So once you keep doing this, it becomes part of you. But then before you do this, it means that you should have a clear goal. Where do I see myself from here? Do I feel comfortable where I am? I don't feel comfortable because at the end of the day, I want to get to a particular place or a space where I'm good. When I talk about financial wise, I'm good emotional wise, I'm good spiritual wise. All these things are savings. You can talk about financial savings. You see, there's a lot when it comes to savings.
Okay.
But then I believe you are talking about financial savings, right?
Yeah.
So you save a lot financially by inculcating that habit, continuously doing that over a period of time. But before you can do that, you should have a clearer goal. That is the target. So at the end of 2 years, I need to complete my master's degree. How do I complete my master's degree? First, I need money. I need to buy forms. How do I get the forms? If you don't have money, you can't buy the forms. Because if you enter the bank, they'll sack you if you don't have money. So you have to get from the right go, you know that okay, next month I need 180 cedis for HTU forms.
Yeah.
So I can save, let's say 10 cedi, 10 cedi, 10 cedi. That is for 18
18
days.
yeah.
For 18 days, I
yeah.
hit my 180 cedis. I can just go and get the form. But if you don't save and then at the end of the day, they close the deadline for the forms, you can't get the form. So you practice over time, but get a clearer goal, get a clearer target, and that can boost your morale for savings as well.
Get a clearer goal.
Yeah.
So it means that without a goal,
Mm-hmm.
You will not be able to save. That goal should be
Your drive.
Your drive.
Yeah.
To
It
actually
should drive you.
Yeah. I have two friends actually. Okay. And these two friends, they are creatives.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of them, they all have their brand.
Mm-hmm.
They manage.
Okay.
One of them has gone the extra mile to actually register his business.
Nice.
And so that opens so many doors for him to get even government contracts.
Good.
And so many contracts. And now, when it happens like that, it means that his income level has risen.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he does is that anytime he get a gig, he makes sure that he actually saves something out of it.
Yeah.
And so he has expanded so much. And then the other friend of mine, for him, he has now registered his business. And so he's limited in terms of who he can serve. So whatever he gets is like hand to mouth. Would you say that registering the business has helped this person to actually expand his scope of business dealings?
Of course, I'll say that not to also preempt the fact that currently as part of the Registrar General's rules, or let me say the stipulated guidelines for registering a company, you need an auditor to be part of the registration of your company. If you didn't know this, it means that you got it all wrong.
This is my first time hearing this.
So yeah, it's part. You need an auditor to be part when you are registering your business. So not to just take it off. I think, in fact, I know that when you register your business, it comes with a lot of advantages rather than disadvantages. I'll talk about just some few because that is why some people are shying away from registering their business.
Okay.
Let's look at the advantages. It puts you in a good foot when you are dealing with people. They see you as a professional. They see you as somebody that they can work with. Imagine you get to a place where somebody is well dressed, comparable to somebody that is not well dressed. You like to keep your money with somebody that is well dressed. That's the reason why the bankers have, in quotes, a clearer dressing code. You understand?
Okay.
So it is more likened to the trust that the person is giving to you. So yes, once you register your business, there's a lot of trust that investors, corporate directives are going to work with you more than the person who hasn't registered a business. Why? Because they know that once you register your business, they can tell from the Registrar General where your location is, because as part of the forms, you give your physical location and then your postal addresses and everything. Good. Aside that, let's look at just few disadvantages. There's not even disadvantage because it is those that evade taxes.
Okay.
That don't want to register their business. Because if you register your business as part of good citizenry, you pay taxes. And these taxes are the things that are used to develop the country, the economy, you understand? So unless you want to evade tax, you say that, oh, you are hiding under the shores of these kind of gimmicks, and then you don't want to register your business. But if you register your business, it opens that leeway for you to do so much, and it gives you that pressure, let me say the drive, because you know that if you are not doing so well, at the end of the year, you have to file your returns, and then sometimes per the self-assessment or whatsoever, you still have to pay taxes. Where are you going to get the money from? So you get that compelling drive to do more. So yeah, register your business. If you're watching and you have any business, register it first. It makes you a trustworthy person.
Okay, I only chip in this one because I want to. I am looking at it from the scope of saving. Saving, the more
revenue you get,
yes,
the more you can save. Yes, of course.
That is why I chip in this.
Yes, the more you get, the more you save.
Yes. All right. So, in your earlier submission, you mentioned that there's something, if I can recall, which is the DR rather, which is the income,
your savings, your spending, debt and risk management. Yes, these things are
okay. So
the D, That's
it has become part of our modern life. Our modern life, in the sense that now everything thrives on debt. That is, as a government worker, you can go for loans. you can go for loans.
We survive on loans.
Yes. You can go for loans for, let's say, a project or whatever, for business or whatever. How do you handle that D over there so that it does not become a problem for you?
Sure. So debt is like a boiling water. Okay, debt is like a boiling water.
I know, right?
With the boiling water, it could boil an egg, and that same boiling water can just burn you up. You understand?
Yeah.
Liken it to fire. Fire can be used for cooking, right? That same fire can cause disaster. You understand?
Yeah.
So the D can be a devil to you if you don't tame it. Can be a devil to you if you don't tame it. So, like you said, for government workers, we thrive on loans. You understand? Loans are good. Debts are good. The world richest country are surviving on debts. If I tell you so much debt that US is currently servicing, you'll be surprised. They are liable to a lot of countries. That's the reason why when certain countries want to pull out their Eurobonds, they are scared and then they go back to them and they beg them. Debt is a good thing if you are using it for a good purpose. Okay. So get a good purpose, like I said from the beginning. Get a target. Goal. Yes, get a goal, get a clear target. And once you have a clearer goal and a clearer target, you are good to go. Make sure that when you are going in for debt, this is the key. Your debt servicing ratio, okay, shouldn't be more than 35% of your income. Okay, so hypothetically, we set a bar 1,000 cedis. If I'm earning 1,000 cedis, 35% of my 1,000 cedis is like 350 cedis. Yeah. So if I'm going for anything debt, I should take a debt that at the end of the month, I won't be paying anything more than 350 cedis. If you quite recall, the Controller and Accountants General Department have set their debt servicing ratio to 50%. So that is what they call affordability. So your affordability, the more you can afford will be 50% of your take-home pay. Okay. You can't take any loan beyond 50% of your take-home pay. But then I always advise people to take a 35% of your take-home pay so that it gives you that breather, a space for you to still maneuver whatever you want to do whilst you are servicing your debt. Debt is a good thing, because if you are taking debt to acquire assets, okay, to acquire so capital assets, they are very good. It is good to use debt to acquire assets than to use debt to acquire recurrent expenditures like vacation. Yeah. Never take a debt for expenditure like vacation.
So go and enjoy
You are taking a debt for Dubai. Like you went for a loan for Dubai. No, don't do that. As a young guy, don't do that. You took a loan for your side chick. Don't do that. You took a loan for wedding.
People can do crazy things.
They never took a loan for their parent too.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Hey,
wow.
This world no balance. I want to ask, are you writing something down? If you are, Thumbs up. All right. Okay, so I have a business idea. Okay, and I don't have the fund to kickstart the business. Can I go for loan?
Okay, so before you do that, first I'll advise that you show the numbers to a financial expert, and then let them run the numbers, let them check your business models, let them cross the T's and then dot the I's for you, because you always need a third eye to know whatever you are doing. Perhaps you've been in the business space before. Perhaps there are certain taxes that has been levied in the game that has changed the game you might not know. So get an expert to run the numbers for you. Why would I say this? Because in basic business management or financial management, they will tell you that there's something we call the NPV, okay, the net present value. So at the end of your business model, okay, at the end of your business model, let's say you want to run a 5-year business model or a 10-year business model, can your business model be so profitable, or even let me say profitable enough for you to pay off your cost, certain costs, or you could even break even in the possible meantime? These are the things you are looking out for. Perhaps if they run the numbers, the business you thought was so in quotes profitable, you would end up in a ditch. So the expert will advise you that look somewhere else with the money to a different business rather than this business. Perhaps you have a good idea to start a honey business. Perhaps the honey business currently is not flourishing. If the experts run the numbers, perhaps it's not flourishing. So let an expert see the third the numbers for you. Let them get the third eye for you so that they give you an advice. If the business model is good, they will advise you to get that loan. And then, like I said, loans are good, but your debt to there's a lot of calculations when it comes to these things, because we call them the ratios. Okay, we call them the ratios, and then we use these ratios to advise a business. Okay, so normally, depending on the business model, some business have to float shares, that is equity. Some business a loan. Okay, some business you need both equity and debt. Some business you need pure debt. Okay, so depending, the expert is going to give you an advice, probably looking at how the business is going to be shaped or tried. You need people like shareholders alone so that they handle the business for you. You need maybe both shareholders and then debts to come in. Okay, so aside the shareholders, let's say partners that come in to buy your shares. Okay, for instance, if I have a business model, I want to start a fleet business. Okay, 10 cars. Okay, I will tell you, Van Dijk, that hey, at the end of the period, okay, if you are able to buy these shares in my company, for instance, maybe one share is $1,000. That is what I'm giving to you as $1,000. So you have 5 shares in my company. Okay, 5 shares in my company. At the end of the period, if we make profits, you get a percentage of the profit per the number of shares you are holding. Aside these capital I'm able to raise, I might still need more capital, so I could still go in for loans. Okay. So the loans are what they call the debt. So the shareholders are what they call the equities. Okay. You understand? So we could get the equity alone, we could get debt alone, we could get equity and debt as well. So always seek an expert advice before you go in for loans, because probably you don't even need loans. Okay. You might need soft loans. Probably you might, they could advise you, hey, get to your friends. Sometimes soft loans are better than the hard loans. Okay. I call the banks the hard loans because they come in with so much interest. Rather, you could get a relative that could give it to you at a lesser cost. So your cost of debt would have been lower rather than going so much.
So okay, not to cut you short.
Sure.
We spoke about savings. Okay, And there is, as part of financial planning, there is something we also call investment.
Good.
Savings and investment. Uh, what is the difference between them?
Okay. So to save is you are looking for, normally you are looking at, in a layman's perspective, you are looking at short-term goals.
Okay.
Short-term goals. So savings are mostly likened to emergency funds. You understand? So I could keep the money so liquid. If I say liquid, as and when certain expenses fall due, I should get ready cash to service these things. You understand? It's not now that I have to apply for 10 days before I get my money.
Yeah.
You understand? So these are emergency funds and all that. But when we talk about investment also, we are looking at we have the short-term investments, the medium-term, and then the long-term. But investments normally go into the mid and then the long term. You understand? So these are how we can put them in perspective. So to invest, it means you are looking at medium, long term, or short term. But for savings, you are looking at basically emergency funds, and then
All right. There are so many misconceptions about investment. One which is, when you invest your money with a company, retrieving the money becomes hell. Yeah, it becomes difficult. Sometimes you may not even get it at all.
Okay.
These are some of the misconceptions.
Yeah.
How do we encourage somebody who is harboring this misconception in their heart to get leave of it and then begin
to invest?
Yeah.
So I'll always say that when in doubt, there's always this saying in finance: when in doubt, consult. Okay. When in doubt, just consult. That's it. When in doubt, just consult. So when you are in doubt, consult an expert. When you are in doubt of a company, consult an expert. There are quite a number of my friends that consulted me before they invested in Men's Gold. Sorry to put their name out there, but a lot of people know them. Yeah. So we looked at their background. We told them that this is a Ponzi scheme which won't last the test of time. Yeah. But then some took the advice, some didn't, and then at the end of the day, we all knew what happened. So you have to let an expert run the backgrounds for you, get to know how long they've been in existence, how their financials are looking like. Because some companies don't even publish their financial statements. You understand? So let's look at how long these people have been committed and faithful in the publications of their financial statements over a particular number of years. How profitable is the company that they are giving you? They are throwing numbers about anyhow. Some people will promise people 50% returns, 100%, 120%, and it gets crazier by the day. You understand? So when in doubt, you have to consult.
In fact, that reminds me of something. There was a time in the town here. Okay, I don't know if I should mention. You mentioned Let's Go. You mentioned Let's Go, right?
I didn't mention Let's Go. You are saying if you are saying so.
So there was this scheme, okay? They call Little Drops. Little Drops.
I like the name, yeah.
Yeah, Little Drops. So just as the name suggests, okay, if you put something small,
little drop,
yes,
means that you get a mighty ocean.
Yes, exactly. And so a lot of people were saving or investing their money into that scheme. A friend got to me. Actually, he's a brother from church. Said, he had invested some money, and so very soon he will be cashing out big.
Wow.
So I should also make wild. I said, okay. At the time, what I was earning, in fact, if I should put it in and then that money comes, like I will harvest.
You are an estate developer by now.
By now,
one of the biggest estate developers.
Exactly. So I managed to get some money, put it in there. Now, what happened? At the time, I was trying to establish my business. Okay. I want to actually set up my printing press. Okay. So that I could be doing brochures, photocopies, and all that for people and getting money. So my goal was that I want to get a printer for that purpose. So I invested that money, my hard-earned money, into it. And the long and short of it all is that I didn't get my return.
No shishi.
I don't get anything. And so from that time, when I hear anything about investment,
So I want to say this, that they now come in a form of digital marketing, kind of digital marketing, kind of, and all that. You know, I want to say this. That, you know, when they say in quotes, expert, before you become an expert, okay, you would have gone through certain phases. You would have gone through certain phases. I've been scammed multiple times. Yeah.
Seriously.
I won't lie to you. I've been scammed multiple times because, you know, as a young youth, I always like to take a bit of risk. Okay. That makes.
That's why you have become a risk management expert.
I'm telling you, I love to take a calculated risk. Okay. So not so much. Okay. Taking a risk of how much I can lose and it will not really affect me or throw me off balance. That is what I'm looking out for. So that at the end of the day, if it works, okay, this model can work for a period of years. If it doesn't work, it means that, okay, how did I get it wrong? Where did I get it wrong? Was I looking too much? Did I miss any detailing or something? And then I learn my lessons. I pick the notes from there as well. So I've been scammed a couple of times before, trading, forex trading. You know, there are good ones out there, no doubt. But a lot of times, these ones that come into the scene, promising for multiple ROIs, your return on investment, 120%, 100, 150%. They are crazy. They are crazy. Take a critical look at them before you jump in. And like I said on this set, when in doubt, consult.
When in doubt, consult.
Always consult an expert in the field before you just throw yourself in.
All right. So when in doubt, consult. All right. So, in fact, you can't be a good financial planner or manager if you don't discipline yourself.
Of course.
So how then do we discipline ourselves to be able to manage our finances very well?
Okay, so the first...
Because I'm asking because for me, I want to use myself
as an example.
Yes, exactly. In fact, I have a very nice bag that I use for work. Okay. But anytime I see other bags when I'm going to work, I feel like, no, Charlie,
you want to buy
I have to buy this bag. Okay, and sometimes I buy things I do not plan for. So at the long run, after that, I go, Charlie, this money, I should have used this money to do this thing, to get a different thing. So somebody in my shoes.
You are not left alone. Okay, most at times, these decisions come as a result of not having a clearer goal, not having a clearer vision, not setting a particular goal, a particular vision. Liken this to Usain Bolt, the runner. Okay, before he became the world best, he told himself that he's going to do it. He invested a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of dedication into getting there. You understand? So once you have a clearer goal, imagine that a lion is chasing you and you have to get to a tree. Forget, you can beat the fastest lion on this earth if you want to save yourself, your life. You understand? So you always have to set a clearer goal, or you have to set a SMART goal. There's what we call a SMART goal. Okay, so it should be specific, it should be measurable, it should be attainable, it should be realistic, and it should be timely. So these are the SMART, SMART goals. So your goals have to be smart enough that you can always measure them. In 2 years' time, I want to build an 8-story building, and I'm earning 500 cedi a month. Is it possible?
It's not.
It's not possible. Why don't I start maybe thinking of getting a quarter plot first?
Yeah.
Quarter plot, and then I look out for these things. So set clearer goals. Once you set the clearer goals, now the discipline now comes in this way. Today you have to tell yourself the hard truth that you can't afford this shoe, but in 2 years' time you could afford this shoe. Tell yourself the hard truth. Be true to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. It's not this life you are living is not a rat race where you look at somebody and then you want to measure your success with someone's success. No, be true to yourself. Know that in 2 years' time, this is where you want to get to. So if you set these goals, how do you get to the goals? Your financial planning has to be very good. Set a budget for yourself. Know how much you are spending within a month. Know how much you are spending within a week. It got so bad that when we were in uni then, we used to set every day that we changed our money to coins. Yeah, in uni we changed our money to coins. So Monday, you know that you set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then we had one person who we call the banker. Okay. So the banker will just give you your daily spending. Whatever you're going to use the money for, at the end of the day, that is for you. That is it. That is how much you have. You can't bite more than what you have. You understand? So once you set a clearer goal, you stay true to yourself. You have a good planning, and then the discipline comes in more often when you continuously practice what you are doing. That's where the discipline comes in. The more you see these things that are lavish to the eyes and you close your eyes to them. It's like somebody that loves weed, and then a smoker just passes in front of him with one shot like that. It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
the temptations will come, but then
exactly.
how do you discipline yourself? Because you are living in this world. You see nice shoes, you see nice clothes, you see nice, but then you set your eyes on the gaze on that goal. That's in 2 years' time. I need this. Either you sacrifice what is now for tomorrow, or what is tomorrow for now. There was one saying I saw on a post I saw on someone's status. That was yesterday. And then on the status, the person posted, if you save money, money will save you in the future. But if you waste money today, money will waste you in the future. So think.
All right. So that suggests to say that financial discipline is more of a mindset.
Good.
And
sacrifices. Let's say sacrifices. Hard sacrifices. You have to do the hard sacrifices today. Because it's not funny. It's not funny you are living on a 10 cedi budget a day. It's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny you are living on a 50 cedi. It's not as if you when you get fried rice, you not eat fried rice.
Charlie.
Okay. It's not as if when you see chicken, you not eat chicken. But every day eating egg. one egg a day, okay, 1 egg a day, and people are eating chicken. No, it's because you are disciplined. You are sacrificing yourself. That's the reason why some people even eat soaking. 30-day soaking consistently.
It's challenge.
Yeah, he called it the soaking challenge. They call it the soaking challenge. Yeah. But then I mean,
all right. So this is what I do. Okay. When I go to work.
Okay.
There is one particular joint. In fact, the woman sells gobe.
Savior.
Sell gobe. She sells jollof rice and plain rice. So most often when I go, so mommy, can you give me some beans? Then she fetch the beans. Should I add plantain? I say yeah, 2. Then I take beans and then plantain 2. Some other times I will take beans and then the plain rice. Okay. Now I've realized that anytime I want to go the jollof, I spend so much. If I'm going for beans, very minimal. So I have developed a strategy where Mondays I go for beans and curry.
Straight.
Then another time I go for beans and plantain.
Mm-hmm.
Another time I go for beans and rice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something that I can just spend like 14 or 15 Ghana cedis to eat and be satisfied. That is the beans and then the rice.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I want to go the jollof, I am running into like 25, 30 cedis,
yeah.
35 cedis.
Living the dream, living lavishly.
So anytime I get there, the woman now understand my formula. So sometimes she doesn't even ask me.
You know I have a joint at the back there, yeah. I also have a big joint at the back there from Monday to Friday. I mean, not as if you don't know how to eat jollof, not as if you don't know how to eat banku and tilapia, but then you've set a serious goal for the next 2 years, which you can't fail. You understand? There are a lot of people depending on you that once you the torch bearer drops the torch, it means that there's a whole darkness. You understand? Yeah. So you still have to hold the torch. It's like holding the candle. The candle sometimes bends and then it bends your hand. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. But at the end of the day, you know that once you drop the candle, a lot of people won't see the light again. You understand? Yeah. So what you are telling yourself is true. Staying true to yourself and then giving into the hard sacrifices today, because tomorrow you are gonna smile. Unless you put that money in a different ditch. Okay.
We are almost wrapping up, but we can wrap up when we don't talk about this particular aspect which is so dear to me. Something that has catapulted you to the level you found yourself. That is about mentorship and then growth in the area of your expertise, that is finance and auditing and all that. Yeah. Yes. So what do you have to say about mentorship and growth?
So now there is a lot of Ghanaians. I'll not say a lot of Ghanaians. Okay, permit me to say now there are some youth that don't like mentorship because mentorship comes in with the sacrifices. Yeah. They want the kwacha now, self-government now.
No, yeah.
Don't like within a possible period of time, self-government now. But then to get there, it means that you have to get the skills, the right skills. You have to acquire the right knowledge and everything. Do you get me? So mentorship now is a bit of looking at how the person wants to develop or what the person wants to be in the next future. There are a lot of people that we still work with, a lot of people that are doing paid in to acquire knowledge. So we have the two sides of the coin. We have one that is into pure coaching and one into pure mentorship. So these are the two different areas. And then one that looks into giving expert advice, that is advisory services. Those ones are paid in. So for mentorship, we do mentorship. Myself, I do so much mentorship. I remember just this year, the year hasn't ended, I've mentored about 15 ladies who are chartered accountants.
Wow.
Yeah, 15 ladies who are chartered accountants. So we are doing we are doing good. I'm doing good. And then I'm putting in the efforts to also make sure that before the year ends, we look at how to elevate the people in the senior high schools, that we will build a right mindset of them before they enter into the universities, because most of the times before they get into the universities, they don't even know the programs they are reading. Yeah. And then they just go in for the programs. They want to go and read purchasing and supply. They want to go and read accountancy, and they want to go and read financial service. They want to read enterprise risk management because they had this from misconceptions in the space. So we want to use that space to also give guidance and then mentorship to the youth that is coming in. And then we want to make the future brighter than what we came to inherit. You understand? So thumbs up to some of them that are very willing and then ready to learn, listen, and then develop. And then I encourage the other ones to also get on board. I have developed a good plan In fact, it was to roll out for this year, but it's going to happen next year, where I'm a fellow of Voji Hall in HTU. So I want to do a top 50 for the level 100s, 200, 300, 400, so that before they complete their tertiary cycle education, they would have been chartered accountants, or let me just put it, qualified accountants before, because to be a chartered accountant, you should have practiced for 3 years or more before you can add the CA to your name. You understand? So those things are there, but to be qualified accountant means you would have done or completed your exams, the CA exams. So we are looking at developing so much Voji affiliates or students to become chartered accountants, so that my dream, one side of my dream would be a reality. So that is what we are looking out for.
Okay. I read one statement some time ago that suggests that if you want to live long, you have to, I think it says, you have to plant yourself into other people.
Very good.
Yes. If you want to live long, it means it's just talking about mentorship. Yes. So if you want to remain relevant, even after you have gone on retirement, means you should have people you have mentored or taught, so that even in your absence, they can still display your traits.
There is this saying we say among ourselves as professionals: if you don't see yourself in another person, okay, then you failed as a professional. As a professional accountant, as a practicing auditor, internal auditor, I should see myself in multiple people. So there is these two guys at UPSC, and then my friend called me the last time and he told me like, there's these two guys that when they talk, they feel that
you are the one talking.
I'm the one talking. I was like, yeah, I know them. Come on. They are my two guys here. Yeah, and they are very good students. They are very, very good. They are very, very good. So when they talk, you realize that this is AB talking. They the whole energy, the whole vibe. There are lots of, so you replicate yourself in others. And you would have had that success story that yes, if I'm no more, okay, when this person is talking, they'll realize that this person mentored you, or the way you do your things, they'll begin to question and be like, so this person mentored you. It's like the judges, okay? They ask you which chamber are you from? You understand? So when you say in quotes, maybe the JB Dankwa chamber, they'll be like, okay. So that's where you're coming from. So that's what you are building. You are building that fort that when people talk, they realize that you're coming from this.
Okay, so this is how we want to wrap up. But before then, your final words.
Okay. Thank you once again for having me today. I would like to say that always have a goal. If you're a youth, okay, I want to talk to the youth directly. Looking at those who are between 20 to 45. I'm talking about this cluster or caliber of people, 20 to 45 years. Okay, it's not too late to start a 5 years financial goal. Take your financial decisions or planning very serious. Start investing now. You can take my contact. We could build a 5-year investment portfolio together, where we begin to monitor it on a daily basis, and then let's give ourselves the time. Even in 2 years, you see the power of compounding in your investment, and you are going to smile, because if you start small, you start with 50 cedis, you start with 100 cedis every month for 5 years. Trust me, you're gonna have so much in a pool of fund. So let's start now. Let's build a better financial space for ourselves, and the future is bright for everybody. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you so much for honoring our invitation. In fact, this session with you, this conversation with you, is an eye opener, and I want to say a very big thank you to you, leaving everything behind to come talk to our cherished subscribers. Yes, God bless you for coming. If you are watching and you are new here, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, that notification bell over there. Like and share this video to bless somebody. And this is how we want to end it. See you in another one. Thank you.
Not as if you don't know how to eat jollof, not as if you don't know how to eat banku and tilapia, but then you've set a serious goal for the next 2 years, which you can't fail. You understand? There are a lot of people depending on you that once you the torch bearer drops the torch, it means that there's a whole darkness. You understand? So you still have to hold the torch. It's like holding the candle. The candle sometimes bends and then it bends your hand. You understand? But at the end of the day, you know that once you drop the candle, a lot of people won't see the light again. You understand? So what you are telling yourself is true. Staying true to yourself and then giving into the hard sacrifices today, because tomorrow you are gonna smile. Unless you put that money in a different ditch. Okay.
We are almost wrapping up. But we can wrap up when we don't talk about this particular aspect which is so dear to me. Something that has catapulted you to the level you found yourself. That is about mentorship and then growth in the area of your expertise. That is finance and auditing and all that. So what do you have to say about mentorship and growth?
So now there is a lot of Ghanaians. I'll not say a lot of Ghanaians, okay? Permit me to say now there are some youth that don't like mentorship, because mentorship comes in with the sacrifices. They want the kwacha now, self-government now. Don't like within a possible period of time, self-government now. But then to get there, it means that you have to get the skills, the right skills. You have to acquire the right knowledge and everything. Do you get me? So mentorship now is a bit of looking at how the person wants to develop or what the person wants to be in the next future. There are a lot of people that we still work with, a lot of people that are doing paid in to acquire knowledge. So we have the two sides of the coin. We have one that is into pure coaching and one into pure mentorship. So these are the two different areas. And then one that looks into giving expert advice, that is advisory services. Those ones are paid in. So for mentorship, we do mentorship. Myself, I do so much mentorship. I remember just this year, the year hasn't ended, I've mentored about 15 ladies who are chartered accountants.
Wow.
15 ladies who are chartered accountants. So we are doing we are doing good. I'm doing good. And then I'm putting in the efforts to also make sure that before the year ends, we look at how to elevate the people in the senior high schools, that we will build a right mindset of them before they enter into the universities. Because most of the times, before they get into the universities, they don't even know the programs they are reading. And then they just go in for the programs. They want to go and read purchasing and supply. They want to go and read accountancy, and they want to go and read financial service. They want to read enterprise risk management, because they had this from misconceptions in the space. So we want to use that space to also give guidance and then mentorship to the youth that is coming in. And then we want to make the future brighter than what we came to inherit. You understand? So thumbs up to some of them that are very willing and then ready to learn, listen, and then develop. And then I encourage the other ones to also get on board. I have developed a good plan. In fact, it was to roll out for this year, but it's going to happen next year, where I'm a fellow of Voji Hall in HTU. So I want to do a top 50 for the level 100s, 200, 300, 400, so that before they complete their tertiary cycle education, they would have been chartered accountants, or let me just put it, qualified accountants before. So those things are there. But to be qualified accountant means you would have done or completed your exams, the CA exam. So you are looking at developing so much Voji affiliates or students to become chartered accountants, so that my dream, one side of my dream would be a reality in each team. So that is what you are looking out for.
Okay. I read one statement some time ago that suggests that if you want to live long, you have to, I think it says, you have to plant yourself into other people.
Very good.
Yes, if you want to live long, it means it's just talking about mentorship. Yes, so if you want to remain relevant, even after you have gone on retirement,
Yeah.
means you should have people you have mentored or taught, so that even in your absence, they can still display your traits.
Yeah, there is this saying we say among ourselves as professional: if you don't see yourself in another person, okay, then you failed as a professional. As a professional accountant, as a practicing auditor, internal auditor, I should see myself in multiple people. So there is these two guys at UPSC, and then my friend called me the last time and he told me like, there's these two guys that when they talk, they feel that
you are the one talking.
I'm the one talking. I was like, yeah, I know them. Come on. They are my two guys here. Yeah, and they are very good students. They are very, very good. They are very, very good. So when they talk, you realize that this is AB talking.
Yeah.
They the whole energy, the whole vibe. There are lots of, so you replicate yourself in others. And you would have had that success story that yes, if I'm no more, okay, when this person is talking, they'll realize that, oh, okay, this person mentored you, or the way you do your things, they'll begin to question and be like, oh, okay, so this person mentored you. It's like the judges, okay? They ask you which chamber are you from? You understand? So when you say in quotes, maybe the JB Dankwa chamber, they'll be like, oh, okay. So that's where you're coming from. So yeah, that's what you're building. You're building that fort that when people talk, they realize that you're coming from this.
Okay, so this is how we want to wrap up. But before then, your final words.
Okay. Thank you once again for having me today. I would like to say that always have a goal. If you're a youth, okay, I want to talk to the youth directly, looking at those who are between 20 to 45. I'm talking about this cluster or caliber of people, 20 to 45 years. Okay, it's not too late to start a 5 years financial goal. Take your financial decisions or planning very serious. Start investing now. You can take my contact. We could build a 5-year investment portfolio together where we begin to monitor it on a daily basis, and then let's give ourselves the time. Even in 2 years, you see the power of compounding in your investment, and you are going to smile, because if you start small, you start with 50 cedis, you start with 100 cedis every month for 5 years. Trust me, you're gonna have so much in a pool of fund. So let's start now. Let's build a better financial space for ourselves, and the future is bright for everyone. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you so much for honoring our invitation. In fact, this session with you, this conversation with you, is an eye opener, and I want to say a very big thank you to you, leaving everything behind to come talk to our cherished subscribers. Yes, God bless you for coming. If you are watching and you are new here, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell, that notification bell over there, like and share this video to bless somebody. And this is how we want to end it. See you in another one. Thank you.